Our next speaker is a brand planner, digital strategist, and social entrepreneur. She's a determined dreamer with the staying power to bring imaginative ideas into exciting reality. In her illustrious past, she has worked with clients such as Starbucks and Whole Foods and lululemon. Now she is the director of THNK Vancouver, a creative leadership school for personal and social impact. The school launched in Amsterdam in 2009, and it's going to welcome its students to their new Vancouver campus in 2014. THNK is a natural evolution for her, a chance to create new collaborations between the commercial and the nonprofit worlds and help elevate the city she calls home to its worthy position as a creative and innovation capital. Please welcome Sarah Dickinson.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So maybe it was growing up in the north of England in the dark Thatcher years, or maybe it was a result of being the product of two teachers. But this has been the reoccurring little voice in my head through every major chapter or big event in my life. Not least last year, 32 hours into a home birth. It was the reoccurring theme at school. I got the grades, Dad. And it was the reoccurring theme in my first role at the height of this thing that we all know and love called the internet. When doing your best really meant having bucket loads of self-belief and imagination. And it stood me through the latter part of my career, working with big brands, to find their passion and purpose, to do their best, and to connect with empowered consumers, such as this wonderful lady who makes handmade dyes in her back garden from fennel and figs and pickles, which is a glorious segue. We are in a pickle. By 2050, there will be 10 billion of us living on this planet. And, you know, we're in the shit. The problems that we have today are very, very complex. They're volatile, they're ambiguous. This is Manila at rush hour. There is good news, though. History has told us that when we have leaders that have purpose, that have conviction, have the will to collaborate, anything is possible. So what are we going to do today to nurture the next generation of leaders? Stephen kind of stole my thunder. THNK is the School for Creative Leadership. Its mission is to create the next generation of leaders who will have a societal impact. And I am so excited to tell you that next fall, we're going to be opening our doors here in Vancouver. So what does that look like? It's 6:30 a.m. It's freezing. And you are at the edge of the Netherlands. This is me, at the edge of the Netherlands. The land has stopped and the sea begins. And a very tall Gandalf-type creature is pointing to an island about 11 kilometers away, and he's telling you to get there. Right. I knew at this point this was a different type of experience. Imagine Harvard Business School meets IDEO, meets Monty Python's Flying Circus. This is a place that can help you find that passion and purpose. It can help you design for the problems that we've been talking about this evening. And it can help you orchestrate teams to get on board all the way with you. We're going to leave tonight with an itch. I know I do every time I come here. Inspired, thrilled by the things that we've heard. But what are you going to do about it? How can you make that difference, create that world-changing idea? I'm inspired by some people, my fellow participants at THNK. This is Roshan. This isn't Roshan. This is Roshan. He's from India. He came to THNK with the kernel of an idea, an educational institute in Nairobi. And THNK taught him how to fundraise, how to build out operations, and how to scale. He's into his second year of programming, and next year he's going to be expanding to Nairobi. No, he's in Nairobi. Rio. Kaz is a curious catalyst. Kaz had 15 years of experience in emerging technology that she wanted to translate into social impact. She's doing that at THNK. THNK helped her frame up what her next stage was going to be, and she's currently piloting a test to bring food trucks to food deserts in LA. Shami is on a mission to clean up India. He didn't know that's what he wanted to do. He was the sustainability director at Nike. But through the process, he learnt that this was his true calling. And he's in the middle of prototyping an incredible cleanup prototype for the railways in India. And this is Liat. Liat's boyfriend dumped her. But through the tears, she had an epiphany. She had an epiphany. Is there a cure for the brokenhearted? She developed a service for the brokenhearted, including the very famous ex-boyfriend piñata. And finally, Ellen Jorgensen. Ellen is passionate about science literacy. She's developed GenSpace, which is the world's first community biolab. It's in Brooklyn in New York. And she learned through THNK the value of crowdfunding. And she's currently up in Alaska, photo here, Alaska, developing the DNA, or tracking the DNA of Alaskan tundra with the very people that funded her. I'm delighted that the last story tonight can be told in person by the founder of Blast Radius, a Vancouverite, Mr. Lee Feldman.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm sorry, everyone. You know what? I'm not gonna do this. I was gonna tell you a story about after Blast Radius, what's next for me, and I went to THNK, and THNK helped me kind of frame up this idea about cycle space, the world's first cycle impact fund that would have an innovation piece and a social component, social impact component. And in fact, last Friday, we had our first project. We went to Israel, and we rode from Israel to Palestine, and we met like-minded people. And what we discovered was that there are people all over the world who believe that with more bicycles comes more peace. I was going to tell this story, but in fact, as I was preparing this presentation, this song started to kind of just play in my head over and over again, and I can't get it out of my head. So in fact, for the first time ever at PechaKucha, we're going to do a little sing-along, okay? And this is how it's going to go. I'm going to start it, and then you guys are going to repeat it, okay? Here we go. You guys ready? Okay, we're going to sing it loud, 1,200 people. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. Louder! I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like. Beautiful. So that's the kind of feeling you get at THNK. We're opening our doors September 2014. You're all invited. And I'm going to leave you with one question. How can THNK help you change the world? Thank you.